Everyone, in this video we are going to see about Schmitt trigger using op-amp. We will see the circuit diagram, how it works and the transfer characteristics. First, let us see how to use an op-amp as a comparator. So in a comparator, the input signal will be always compared with the reference signal. So these two signals can be AC or DC. Here I have taken both as a DC signal. So V1 and V2 both are DC signal. So in a comparator, when the voltage or the signal connected to the plus terminal is more, the output will be high. If the voltage connected at the negative terminal is more, the output will be a low value. Okay. Now, in this case, V1 is higher. V1 is connected to the plus terminal. So, it is higher. So, the output is going to be a high value. So, this green line represents the output and it is a high value. Okay. Now, if suddenly there is a change in the input voltage V1. So, it changes here or it decreases below V2. Okay, so now what happens in this period? During this period, V2 is higher, that is the negative terminal is higher, so the output will change from high value to low value. So let us see what happens if noise gets added to one of the signal. Let us say noise is added to this plus terminal. So to V1, let me add the noise signal. Now you see here the output voltage will be high till this point. So there is no confusion. But here the input V1 falls below the V2. So here there will be, the output will go down. Again if you see here the output will go down. So when a noise signal is added, there is some false triggering. So we can say that ordinary comparators are more sensitive to noise. Because of noise, we are getting this two switching. So this should be avoided, or we should avoid this type of false triggering. So this can be avoided by using a Schmitt trigger. So Schmitt trigger is also a comparator which can eliminate this false triggering. So what is a Schmitt trigger? It is basically a comparator circuit with hysteresis. It is actually named after the scientist who invented it. Schmitt trigger has two reference levels. In a normal comparator, we have a reference signal which will be compared with the input signal. But in Schmitt trigger, we have two reference levels which will be compared with the input signal. So Schmitt trigger is basically preferred in circuits where the voltage always switches between two levels, high, low, high, low. If you want this type of output, you can use Schmitt trigger. And they are used to convert a noisy or a slow moving input signal into a clean and fast switching square waves. We will see about the hysteresis part in Schmitt trigger. So actually here the input is compared with two reference voltages. We can call it as a thershold also. So hysteresis means there are two reference levels, one threshold for low to high transition. That is, when you go from low value to high value, one threshold will be used for comparison, one reference will be used. For another threshold will be used when you go from high to low. So let us learn about hysteresis with an input waveform. So you can take any waveform, any shape. Now, when the input is high, okay, so let us mark the output also. This is the low line and this is the high line. Output is initially high, and when the input falls below the upper threshold, there is no change in the output. So at this point, there is no change in output. But when it falls below the lower threshold, it jumps from high to low value. So that's what is specified here. At lower threshold, the output moves from high to low. So high to low. Again, you can see the input voltage decreases, then increases. It exceeds the lower threshold, but no change in output. But it will wait till it exceeds the upper threshold. So only when it reaches the upper threshold, it will change its the output will change from low to high value as mentioned here. At upper threshold, low to high will occur. So this way we can eliminate the false triggering in comparators. We know the transfer characteristics of op-amp, that is the output will be either plus Vsat or minus Vsat depending upon the input. Now in a Schmitt trigger also we have two types, non-inverting Schmitt trigger and inverting Schmitt trigger. So here the transfer characteristics will be like this, that is two reference value is used. Here we have only one reference value, so the transfer characteristics is like this. Now you just imagine, now you have two lines here, so it will be something like this. So this characteristic depends upon what type of Schmitt trigger we are using, whether it is a non-inverting type or inverting type. So we will see one by one. So let us draw the transfer characteristics for the Schmitt trigger. For the waveform we have already seen. Okay. Now this is output and this is input. So in input we need to mention two reference voltages. So lower threshold, upper threshold. So first from 0 if you draw, lower threshold will come, then upper threshold will be there. Okay. So initially in the waveform, the output is high. So let us assume that it is somewhere here, some high value is there. And the voltage, input voltage is decreasing and it decreases below the lower threshold. So this is when input is decreasing, this is input. So input is decreasing and it falls below the lower threshold. The output jumps from high to low value. So the output jumps from high to low value. And if the input goes below that, it remains in the low value itself. Okay. But if the input increases again, so input is increasing means we are going in this direction. So it will increase till you reach the upper threshold. So once you reach the upper threshold, the output goes from low to high. And it remains in the high state. So this is how we draw the transfer characteristics for the Schmitt trigger. So earlier we saw the transfer characteristics on the right side of this y-axis. Now let us shift this waveform here so that we will get a symmetrical characteristics. So how can we get a symmetrical characteristics? Make sure your upper threshold is the negative of lower threshold. So when these two are equal in magnitude but opposite in polarity, you will get a symmetrical characteristics. Okay, like this. So this is basically the transfer characteristics of a non-inverting Schmitt trigger. So it is usually represented by this symbol here. So you see here the symbol, it will be represented by this symbol. So here when the input is greater than, this is input, when input is greater than upper threshold, the output goes from low to high. When input is less than the lower threshold, output moves from high to low. Next we will see about the inverting Schmitt trigger. So previously we saw about non-inverting. This is inverting, just opposite of that. So it is represented by this symbol. You see the symbol has reversed. This side, it should be this side. Okay. So here you can see when the input is greater than the upper threshold. So upper threshold is here. So when input exceeds the upper threshold, it is coming here. So you see the arrow direction, it is increasing in this direction. It jumps from high to low and remains low when the input is higher. But when the input is falls below this lower threshold. So arrow direction you see, it falls below the lower threshold. It moves from low to high. So this is inverting Schmitt trigger. Now we will see the circuit diagram of the inverting Schmitt trigger and how it works. So this is inverting. So inverting means give the input in the inverting terminal. So the other terminal, what you should remember is that Schmitt trigger means always it is positive feedback. So it is an op-amp with positive feedback. So positive terminal have to give the feedback. So we can have a feedback resistance and another resistance is used to ground it. Okay. Now input is given in the inverting terminal. And this input voltage will be compared with the voltage available here. So let me mark this as VP. Whenever this input voltage is greater than this one, this is negative terminal. So output will be equal to minus V set. So in positive feedback, you should know that a part of the output you are feeding back to the plus terminal. It means that it is getting added. Okay. So the output V0 is equal to minus V set. We can mark it as VL or you leave it as minus V set itself. Okay. It is a low value. Now, second case is when the input is lower than Vp. So, whatever voltage here in this terminal, the output will be equal to, this is lower. So, the positive is greater. So, output will be plus V set or we can mention it as high, it's a high value. Okay. So, now in this Schmitt trigger, you have to remember one thing. The input signal is always compared with this voltage, but this voltage is not fixed one. It changes based on what is the output. If output is plus V set, the Vp is going to be some plus value, or if it is minus V set, the Vp will also change correspondingly. So this changing reference is known as hysteresis. So we are always comparing Vi with Vp. We need to know what is Vp value. So let us apply voltage division formula. So V0 is here and the other end is grounded. So Vp is given by V0 into R1 by R1 plus R2. Now what is the value of V0? It keeps on changing. It can be a high value or a low value. That is VH or VL. Or we can say plus V set or minus V set. So what will be the threshold voltage depend upon these two values. So lower threshold voltage is given by VL into this resistor and upper threshold is VH into this one. So by changing these values, resistor values also, we can change the threshold value or the hysteresis. So hysteresis is given by upper threshold minus lower threshold. By changing these values, you can change this voltages. Now let us see what happens if the input is a sine waveform. Okay. So here you see initially the output is a high value and we have two thresholds, upper threshold and lower threshold. So when the input increases above the upper threshold, as in the first case, the output moves from high to low. So from high value, it jumps to low value. And it remains in the low value and it changes from low to high only when the input falls below lower threshold. So here only it changes its state. Again here, when the input exceeds the upper threshold, it will change its state. So this is the inverting Schmitt trigger. Now we will see the non-inverting Schmitt trigger also. It is almost same except that the output will be opposite. So for non-inverting Schmitt trigger, the input is given in the non-inverting terminal. So non-inverting means plus terminal. So here input Vi is given here, and the other input, negative input, is grounded. Now here the reference value is again Vp, which keeps on changing based on the output value. So this Vp is compared with 0 always. Okay, it is a comparator, so we are comparing this Vp with 0. When Vp is less than 0, it means that the output will be minus Vset, or a low value. And when this Vp is greater than 0, output is going to be plus Vset, or a high value. Now we need to find Vp, but here we have two sources, Vi and V0. So we have to apply superposition theorem. What is superposition theorem? Keep one voltage source at a time and ground the other one. So first let us ground Vi. Ground the Vi. Find what is Vp due to V0. So that is V0 into R1 divided by R1 plus R2. Then I will keep this source and ground the V0, and it will be Vi into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Then you add both, you will get the voltage Vp. So this Vp is always compared with this one, 0, which is basically 0. So let us equate Vp to 0 and solve this equation. You will get Vi is equal to minus V0 into R1 by R2. So next we will find what is the lower threshold and upper threshold, which are given from this formula, and hysteresis is VUT minus VLT. Schmitt triggers are used in a number of applications like wave shaping circuits, signal conditioning circuits, A to D converters, oscillators, and timers. So the points to remember here are: a Schmitt trigger is a comparator with hysteresis circuit, and it helps to avoid false triggering by using two reference levels. So it is basically an op-amp with the positive feedback. There are two types of Schmitt trigger, inverting and non-inverting. So in inverting, we have to give the input in the inverting terminal, while in non-inverting, we give the input in the non-inverting terminal. If you like the video, do subscribe to Read Electric Vehicle channel. Thank you.